The wait for the final season of Game of Thrones is almost over. We want to help you get through the anticipation with a very interesting fan theory. While numerous people and channels are still trying to figure out who will make it through the show alive, we really want to focus on one, if not the biggest mystery of the entire show: the Night King and his White Walkers. Could these guys end up winning the Game of Thrones? And what exactly is their endgame anyways? We want to try to offer an answer to both of these questions by looking at a very interesting fan theory. But please be aware that from here on out we will enter the spoiler territory. You have been warned.
Don't listen to it. Crows are all liars.
Up until now, we have always regarded the Night King as a villain, a cold-blooded monster. He always used his army of White Walkers to wreak havoc beyond the wall until he managed to tear it down in order to conquer Westeros. But let me ask you this: do we really know the intentions of the ice-cold would-be king? George R.R. Martin stated over and over and over again that he does not like stories with clearly defined good and evil characters, and A Song of Ice and Fire is proof of that.
People who have both good and evil in them, because I think real people have both good and evil.
I mean, let's take Jaime Lannister for example. Back in season 1, who would have thought that he would become a likable fan favorite? Now he's adored by numerous fans around the globe. The only two villains that were nothing but pure evil were Joffrey and Ramsay Bolton.
If you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention.
But what about the Night King? In the show we learned that he was originally created by the children of the forest in order to defend them against mankind. Both the humans and the children of the forest came to a truce and established peace. Unfortunately though, the children of the forest lost complete control over the Night King and his White Walkers, who became a menace to every single living creature. Many fans assume that the Night King simply wants revenge and strives to become a human being again. But one theory goes even one step further than that.
What are you telling him now?
Only what the little lord wants to hear.
Let's look back at the tale of the Long Night for a second. The White Walkers became a threat to everyone, men and children of the forest alike, and covered the land in a dark winter that lasted for an entire generation.
In that darkness, the White Walkers came for the first time.
In a desperate fight against these armies, the children of the forest and the humans formed a pact. And according to the legend, the last champion of the human race managed to successfully beat the White Walkers, who then had to retreat to the north. Bran the Builder then built the big wall in order to continue to keep them out.
It's true, isn't it?
But what if this legend wasn't true at all? I mean, how could one single man possibly be able to defeat all of the White Walkers on his own? Well, according to the theory, the champion didn't use force to defeat the White Walkers, but diplomacy.
Some accomplished diplomacy, that was.
Similar to the pact between the children of the forest and mankind, the hero came to an agreement with a former enemy. The pact allowed the White Walkers to claim the icy land beyond the wall for themselves, without the interference of mankind, who would no longer be allowed to enter their territory. This is why the White Walkers themselves built the wall, in order to keep the humans out, while the Night Watch was put in charge to monitor any activities at the border, thus upholding the agreement.
I am the shield that guards from the realm of men.
Apparently, this pact was sealed with a wedding, and this is where the theory heavily relies on the other Night King, the so-called Night's King, a former Lord Commander of the Night Watch. The recording of the wedding between a human being and a White Walker is part of the legend of the 13th Lord Commander of the Night Watch. The latter fell in love with a female White Walker and took her to be his wife. He then called himself the Night's King, and she became his queen. For 13 years, the two ruled together and resided in their Night Fort, the oldest fortress at the wall. During their reign, the most gruesome acts of violence were committed, even human sacrifices. It all stopped after the king and his queen were brutally murdered.
For the watch.
But what if the deeds of the Night King were all part of the pact between mankind and the White Walkers? Did the truce demand human sacrifices? After all, it does seem like the White Walkers do let themselves be influenced by that. I mean, let's look back at the old Craster who lived north of the wall with multiple wives. He sacrificed his infant sons to the White Walkers. And as we all saw in season 4, the Night King uses these babies in order to create more White Walkers.
So is this the sort of story that you like?
But if there was a pact, why did the Night King tear down the wall? This is exactly where the Song of Ice and Fire comes to play, a possible agreement that demanded a decrease of the fire magic. Season 2, however, states that the Red Meteor announced the return of the fire magic thanks to Daenerys Targaryen. Dragons were born again, and the fire, figuratively speaking, starts to spread again in the world. To make matters even worse, a Stark was brutally murdered, and according to the theory, the Starks played a pivotal role when it came to the pact between mankind and the White Walkers. Was the old Lord Commander a Stark? Are the offspring of the Starks linked to the White Walkers? Could this be the answer to the weird connection between Bran and the Night King? More on that in a minute. Let us first focus on the important bit, the impending danger through dragonfire. In addition to that, the line between the human world was crossed over and over and over again by men. So it seems like the land of the White Walkers is in fact in danger. Their goal could be to re-establish the balance of things, most importantly by containing the threat of fire, the threat that comes directly from Daenerys.
That was necessary.
That would mean that the White Walkers aren't just generic evildoers. They simply act upon their right, the right of a long-forgotten pact. This could mean that the Night King is coming for Daenerys Targaryen and intends to kill her.
You've been thinking about my death quite a bit, haven't you?
Some fans take this theory even one step further. They believe, as mentioned earlier, in a pivotal connection between the Starks and the White Walkers. If the 13th Lord Commander was in fact a Stark, his descendants would all share this special connection. This could explain the fact that most of the Stark children have the ability to walk. This would also make Jon Snow the ultimate embodiment of the Song of Ice and Fire. His father was a Targaryen, his mother a Stark. According to the theory, Jon will end up killing the Night King only to take his place as a successor, thus re-establishing the balance between ice and fire. This would definitely be in line with the bittersweet ending that George R.R. Martin always referred to. What do you think of this theory? Are you looking forward to the final season of Game of Thrones? Let us know in the comment section below. And for more original content, make sure to subscribe to our channel.